Good morning, students. A warm welcome to our English session of today. Hope you are doing fine and preparing your lessons well. Right, children? In the previous class, we have been learning something about Kia's chair. And the first paragraph we have completed, I hope. Now, today, let us continue that lesson, right? Take page number 143 of your textbook. And the paragraph started, the second paragraph, third paragraph. The sub-judge too was a little portly. Since we did not possess any other furniture, we brought that for him. Placing one hand on its edge, he made to sit down. One wretched thing about this stool, if you did not place the weight exactly above the legs, it would topple over. Ever so many times we had fallen down when we stood on it carelessly to steal ghee from the rope net. Poor thing, just as we were about to caution the sub-judge, he fell down with a thud and rolled over. Me, my brother, and my littlest sister couldn't contain our jiggles, so we ran to the back garden just as we thought our chuckles had subsided. Our sister would mimic the sub-judge, leaning her hand and rolling on the floor. The laughter only lengthened. So, as we subside, as our laughter gets subsided, again my sister just mimicked it, and she just acted how the sub-judge fell down. Again, our laughter continued. There was another reason for our jiggles. The memory of our parents suppressing their jiggles in front of the guest who had tumbled over. There is another one reason for our laughter. That is, when the judge fell down, we were laughing like anything, but our parents controlled their laughter because it is not correct on their part to laugh in front of that guest. So they were trying to control their laughter. We were thinking of that, and again we started to laugh. So when we finished laughing on everyone's behalf, the pushy put it into the house. The stout guest was not to be seen. So after finished laughing, we came back to our home, and we couldn't find that judge there. And neither was the stool. We could not see that Mukkali also there. Did he take it away with him? What happened to it? Asked my sister to me. Whether he has taken it with him to home? Anyway, we could not see the stool also there. After this incident, it was decided that a chair would be made for our home. So after this incident, in the home agenda, it is decided that we have to buy a chair. The one practical difficulty in getting it made was that there wasn't a single chair in our village to show as a model. So there is some difficulty in getting that chair. One thing is, we don't have a model to show to the carpenter. There wasn't a single chair in our village to show as a model. Nobody in that village has got a chair, so we could not get it and show it as a model. Besides, more than that, there wasn't a single carpenter either who knew how to make one. Moreover, there is nobody who knows to make chair in our village. No problem. We can buy one from the town, suggested my brother Pedana. So my brother, his name is Pedana, he suggested that no problem of making a chair, because since we do not have any proper carpenter and since we do not know the model of a chair, we can just buy it from the market. We can buy it. This is the suggestion of the author's brother Pedana. This is the suggestion given by the author's brother. Our father rejected it. Father said no, saying it would be sturdy. If you buy from the market, it will not be strong, worthy. So, buying is not at all advisable, he said. Attai, our auntie, said that there was a skilled carpenter in the neighboring village, that there wasn't a chair he hadn't made. So, Attai, our auntie, said there is a carpenter in the skilled carpenter in our neighboring village, and almost all types of chairs he has made, and that the governor himself had praised him. So he got appreciation even from the governor for this chair, for his making of a chair. When my mother heard my auntie's second sentence, she turned her face as if to say, yes, yes, she's seen everything. So this mother and auntie always, usually they don't have good relations. Even though they talk face to face in a loving tone, always there will be biting at the back. Most probably in almost all the families. So my auntie, when my mother heard what my aunt said, she said, yes, yes, she has seen everything, as if she has seen the governor awarding this carpenter. She has witnessed it, she said. My father called a worker, dispatched him to the carpenter's village, and came and sat with us. Now there was discussion on the kind of wood to be used for the chair. Now my father called a worker and told him to make the chair. They were discussing about it along with the family members. The first discussion was the kind of wood that is to be used for a chair. Sorry. What kind of wood we have to buy? This is the first topic of their discussion. What kind of wood to be used for the chair? Teak is the best. That is what will be light to lift and carry around and be sturdy. At the same time, said our grandmother. So our grandmother's suggestion is we can select teak. We call it as tekumar. Her reason for it is it will be strong. It is easy to lift from one place to another, and it will be very strong, she said. Pressing her stretched legs. She was sitting on the floor, stretching her legs, pressing it, she said, teak will be best. Our party was extremely fond of her legs. She was forever stroking them. Every time when she sits, she will be just pressing her legs. Maybe since she is a little old, or maybe that is her habit. At that moment, when we were discussing about the wood to be used for the chair, and when my party said that teak is preferable, our maternal uncle came. At that moment, our maternal uncle Mamanar walked in. He came. Pedana ran and brought the stool. My brother went and brought the stool. For a while, the whole house spluttered into jiggles before things settled down. So, when the stool is brought, everyone started to laugh. Maybe they are recalling the incident that has happened when the judge came on that day. So, they just again started to laugh and jiggles are heard before things settled down. Mamanar himself had chosen a spot to sit whenever he visited our house. Usually, Mamanar, when he comes to our home, he won't use the stool or chair or the furniture. He used to sit in one place on the floor, chop off his head. He would still sit there and nowhere else. Every time when he comes there, he will sit in one particular place. He would lean against the pillar adjoining the wall to the south of the storeroom. Near the storeroom, there is a usual place of our Mamanar. He will sit there whenever he comes to our home. As he sits, the first thing he would do as soon as he sat down was to loosen his tuft. As soon as he sits, he just untie his hair. Give it a good shake. Scratch his head and tie it back. So when he comes, he sits in one place which is just near to the storeroom. But as soon as he sits, he just untie his hair and give a good shake to it and tie it back tightly. He observed this ritual unfailingly. This is his usual procedure. Whenever he comes there, he used to untie his hair, tie it back. Then he would inspect the floor around him. Didn't see any money falling from your head. After tying it back, he may be searching for the hairs which has fallen from the head, maybe. But these children, they used to make fun of him, saying that, didn't see any money falling from your head? We could not see any money falling from your head. You are searching something. Anna would say with an impudent smile, with their disrespectful smile, they were teasing. Sarcastically, they were teasing this Mamana when he searched something on the floor. He would always be pierced with such paper arrows whenever he visited us. So whenever our Mamanar comes to our home, we used to make paper arrows. Arrows which are made of paper. And we used to throw that paper arrows on him. He would sit mum with a smile, like a stone pillar, as if to say, you are my relatives. If you don't tease me, who will? So we used to throw that paper arrows on him. He won't reply. He will sit there with a smile, just like a stone player. And the expression given by him is of this. That is, after all, you are my relations. Who else will throw the paper arrows on me except you people? With that attitude, he will sit. If you don't tease me, who will? When our ridicule overstepped the limits, Amma would pretend to chide us. When we go beyond our limit to tease the Mamanar, my mother, they are blood, mother's brother, that is. My mother started to chide us, scold us. The last word always ended in, you donkeys, you are just teasing my brother. And she used to scold. But Mamanar will never say a word. As soon as Mamanar sat down, Amma went towards the kitchen. Then my Mamanar sat down on that fixed place, just untied his hair, tied it back, searched something, and the children were teasing him like anything. After my Mamanar sat there, my mother went inside the kitchen, maybe to prepare something for for her brother, like a lamb, like a young one of a goat, lamb. Appa followed her. In a while, Amma appeared in the passage, a silver tumbler of buttermilk seasoned with asafoetida in her hand, followed by Appa. When my mother went to the kitchen, my father also followed. After a few minutes, the mother comes with a cup of buttermilk mixed with asafoetida in her hands, and Appa also followed her, who, unseen by her, aped her movements for our benefits, as if to say, her brother has come, it seems. Look at her taking buttermilk for him with so much care. So, as if the father's attitude is, her brother has come and she is very quick in preparing buttermilk for her brother, since they are relations, blood, their own blood, her own blood. The aroma of the buttermilk and the asafoetida make us want to drink it right away. The smell of it makes us also to drink a cup of buttermilk. We believe that Mamanar visited us mainly to drink buttermilk. Very often, we think that Mamanar comes to our house very often just to taste this buttermilk maybe. The buttermilk from our cow was that divine. It is the buttermilk from our own homemade buttermilk. It is the milk is taken from our cow. Besides, we thought that our uncle was the stingiest person in the village, and we believed that our uncle is the most conjurious person. We firmly believed he never gave away anything to anyone. And we have another thought in our mind that he will never give anything to anybody. Such a conjurious person, stingy person he is. He himself had gone to Kannavaram to buy this famed black-tongued milk cow for his sister. So this cow, this buttermilk is taken from the cow. The milk is taken from the cow, which is presented to his mother by Mamana. So the brother has presented this cow to his sister. And he has got it from Kannavara, maybe a neighboring place. My younger brother and sister doted on its calf. Whenever he came over, and just before he left, he always went round the cow, gave it a pat. He was afraid his own evil eye would fall on it. So whenever he comes here, he sits in one place, drink that milk, ask the whereabouts of her brother, her sister, and when he goes, he will go near the cow shed, just gave a pat to the cow. And very often he used to say, my own eyes fall on this cow. And uttered words of praise even if he was thrifty with them. My little siblings always had this big fear that once the milk dried up, the cow would be taken away to his house along with the calf. Now we have a fear. Now the cow is giving us milk. Once the milk gets stopped, this uncle sometimes will take the cow along with the calf to his home. But we are fond of this cow and the calf. The anticipation of this imagined separation only increased their fondness for the calf and their bitterness towards Mamana. Whenever he relished the buttermilk, these small children punched and pinched with their very stares. So whenever he comes and drinks that, the children will tease him. Mamanar showed interest in the debate about the chair. Now Mamanar also joined the debate. What is happening here? They just selected the wood, and the grandmother's suggestion is we can make the chair out of teak wood. Now he also joined. He let it to be known that he too would like one to be made for him. when he came to know that they are planning to get a chair, he said that I too need a chair. I also want one. We too were glad to have a partner in this enterprise. We are also very happy to have this company in this business. We want one more person to join us. Mamana said that the neem tree was the best. It would keep the body. Mamana said we can select a neem tree because if we sit over that neem tree, our body gets cool. Usually people used to say that the neem tree is cool. That under the shade of the neem tree, we get very good air and the shadow will be chill. That air will be chill. That's why most of the houses people used to plant a neem tree. When they expounded on the neem tree, Appa looked at him with a round-eyed astonishment. Only the day before, Appa had been talking to the farmhand about cutting down an ancient diamond hard neem tree in our cattle pasture and laying it out to dry. So when my Mamana suggested neem tree, father also supported that view because few days back they cut a very diamond hard neem tree. That is a very ripe, strong neem tree from their garden. That is cattle pasture. That from their village we will say. Pedanna said, making it out of porous wood would be really good. Now, brother has another suggestion. Party is of the opinion teak is best. Father and Mamanar is of the opinion that neem is the best. Now the brother said porous will be the best. It is really good. It's fine grained wood without knots and glossy and strong too. It will be very good looking, very strong. It has no knots here and there. So he suggested to make the chair out of porous. Our elder sister said, all these are light colored woods, ugly to look at. After a while, we will begin to even detest them. I am saying it will be best to make it the color of ripe sugar cane or dark like sesame oil cake. But it's your wish. The vision of a highly comfortable chair in black wood with a mirror-like gleam with perfectly shaped front legs and curved back legs yawning languorously to match the recline of the chair flashed before us. Now, our elder sister said, all these these woods, neem, teak, and this porous, all are light colors, yellowish in color, light yellow. I feel that black color wood will be the best. After a while, after a few days, we ourselves will hate the chair which is made of teak, neem, or porous. After a few days, it will be ugly to look at. We ourselves will hate it. I am saying it will be best to make it the color of ripe sugar cane or dark like sesame oil cake. So, the dark brownish color is the best. That ripe sugar cane's color. You know that, sugar cane's color. Ripe one, dark in color. That will be the best. And after saying that, she said, it's your wish. The vision of the highly comfortable chair in black wood with a mirror-like gleam, with perfectly shaped front legs and curved black legs yawning languorously to match the recline of the chair flashed before eyes. We just imagined in our mind how that chair would be. In our mind's eye, we just brought a black color chair in our mind's eye. Right? This is the discussion that is going on. Finally, they have decided to make a chair which is very dark in color, just like that of as sugar cane. Okay, children, just go through. Hope you have understood it. It is nothing to understand. It is very easy. Just go through it and come for the next class. Okay, till then, bye children.